Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to I'm Not Repeating Myself podcast. I'm your host, Mike, and I hope you heard what I said the first time because I'm not repeating myself. Glad everybody could be with me on this good Monday. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe on SoundCloud, Apple, Spotify, and on YouTube. I'm on Instagram at I'm Not Repeating Myself Pod, and I'm also on TikTok at I'm Not Repeating Myself Pod. Hope everybody had a good weekend, man. Gucci Man has dropped a response slash diss record, man. So, of course, coming off the heels of last week, that was one of the big major news. Pooh Shiesty and his father and other affiliates getting arrested for the alleged kidnapping of Gucci Man back in January. Yeah, back in January. So, after all that, I think this was Thursday, Friday. Was it Friday? Yeah, Friday. Gucci Man dropped a diss record called Crash Dummy. And I'm going to be real. I think that shit hard. I think that shit hard. I like it. I fuck with it. I fuck with the record from a music standpoint. I fuck with it. But of course, it's a bigger discussion outside of the music, of course, and what the discourse is. And I don't really gotta say it. If you following the news outlets, the timelines, you know exactly where I'm gonna go with this. So again, let me start by saying I think this was a good diss record. It ain't nothing too crazy or nothing like that. But just from a musical standpoint, I fuck with the record. The beat is hard. I don't expect nothing crazy from Gucci. It sounds like something Gucci would do. But what's so funny? A lot of niggas are hypocritical. A lot of niggas are hypocritical. And there's some niggas who feel how I feel. But I'm speaking to the niggas who are hypocritical on this one. Niggas will sit up here and say all day, especially older niggas, because Gucci damn near 50. Niggas that sit up here all day and say when old niggas do some corny shit, they call it out. Or when they still living by street codes, they call it out. So now I'm seeing, and the conversation seems to be that niggas are more mad at Gucci than they are at Pooh. And I'm just so confused as to how niggas can be more upset. Some niggas, not everybody, of course, because again, there are some niggas who kind of view it the same way I do. There seem to be some niggas who are more mad at Gucci than they are at Poochie for doing some dumb shit. Of course, if you listen to this pod, you heard what I had to say last week in regards to Pooh Shiesty and how he carried the whole thing out, how they were supposed to handle it, the whole nine, whatever the case may be. But niggas are more mad at Gucci for doing a record than not handling it the way they felt he needed to handle it. And you know why it's so funny? Because let's say, hypothetically speaking, Gucci did handle it on some street shit. You know what niggas would be saying? Yo, dumb ass, you're not part of the streets no more. You 50, you got a family, you got a business, da da da. Why would you do that? Da 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 da. He doing on some music shit. Oh, nigga, you snitching. Da 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 da. Blah 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 blah. Can't win. Can't win with certain niggas, man. You just can't win. That's what it all boils down to, man. You can't win with certain niggas. At the end of the day, Gucci is a rapper. He's damn near 20 years into his career. And not only was it this the proper way to go about it, it was the safest way to go about it as well, as far as his livelihood, because there's no reason for Gucci to retaliate at this stage in his life after we done heard him make all the changes necessary. And also too, the feds already have all the shit that they need. The feds already got all the shit they need. So he's supposed to go out there, possibly harm him, slash maybe kill him. Then what? He goes to jail for life. Kids at home, wife at home, and niggas sitting behind phones laughing at him because they want him to still live by some street codes. What fans have to understand is this, and I said this before. Music is entertainment. Point blank, period. Music is entertainment. I said this last week. You cannot mix music with the streets. You can't mix the two. Music is entertainment. You don't even got to be a street nigga to understand how street shit work. Like, you can be a civilian and understand how street shit work. But at the same time, too, you have to understand music is entertainment. Point blank, period. When Hot Nigga by Bobby Schroeder came out, niggas loved that record, including me. Loved that record. Mitch caught a body about a week ago. You say that shit all the time. Niggas ain't had nothing to say about that. Niggas ain't had nothing to say about that. None at all. We love that record. I still listen to that record to this day. But now, all of a sudden, Gucci gets on the record speaking about what happened. Now, all of a sudden, it's a problem. If you don't like the record, that's fine. You don't got to like the record. I think the record is cool. But all this flip-flopping, playing hopscotch shit when it comes to all this shit, hey, bro, just enjoy the music. I'd rather Gucci put out music than handle it on some street shit, and now he's fucked up. Somebody else's life is fucked up. The whole shit just comes down. Because I said this last week. The biggest concern should be Pooh, Shiesty, and his father being locked up behind this shit. When they hold tremendous value. They changed their lives. They changed people who work under them lives. And now because you had a contract dispute, you wanted to hold somebody at gunpoint to get you out your contract. That's what you wanted to do. And it's fucked up that you have that mindset. Again, listen, you can understand how the shit work. And I'm not saying if you do subscribe to that life, there is a level of accountability that you have to have. But this man been removed for the streets for damn near 20-some years, man. And they say, oh, this ain't the same energy that you had at the Jeezy versus da-da-da-da-da. Bro, that still was entertainment, too. Now, you feel like Gucci shouldn't have said nothing? But he's still a rapper at the end of the day. He did what rappers do. Rappers rap. Rappers rap. The same thing I said about Young Thug and the whole Gunna situation. And I was a nigga that's saying, yeah, technically, what Gunna did in the courtroom, yes, he did cooperate. But guess what? That motherfucker still made some dope music. I didn't really care about that. I really didn't care about that shit. Because the nigga album that came out, Gunna has put out some pretty good music since he's been out. And that's why I was speaking about the whole Thug situation. Hey, bro, listen, the majority of rap fans are civilians. They are not street niggas. So, again, for those who that apply to, okay, cool. But people got to understand the majority, especially the majority of niggas who speaking on this shit, I know for a fact they ain't no street niggas. The average rap fan ain't a street nigga. It's that simple. It's just not. So you can subscribe to some shit, but understand this music is entertainment shit. Point blank, period. You can acknowledge one thing and still respect the music. You still respect the art form. See, rap is the only, and I said this before, rap is the only genre where we hold these niggas to these high-ass rules. We don't do this for movies. We look at movies as strictly entertainment. We look at TV as strictly entertainment. Rap, we don't do that shit. Y'all want to believe everything. Well, you pick and choose what you want to believe, but that's another conversation. You pick and choose what you want to believe. But again, if Gucci would have went out there and did some dumb shit, then everybody be laughing at him. That's just the fact of the matter. If you a rapper, put it in the raps. Hey, when 50 and Jim Jones and Mano and all of them was going to, I'd rather them go about it that way than handle it some other way. Put it in the raps. That's what niggas did. T.I. rapped. T.I. rap, Mano rap, Jim Jones rap, Fab rap, Davies rap. Rappers rap. Put it in the music. Y'all want niggas to go out here and lose their life over some shit that's, at the end of the day, wouldn't be worth it. And then you get to sit back and laugh about it. But nah, these niggas going to jail. What you would have did in the same situation? You would have went and crashed out too? That's why the title of this record is perfect. You would have went out there. It's easy to sit up there and say what you would have did in the same situation. Make a record. Make a record. Make music. That's what you do. You're a rapper. You're an artist. Put it in your music. That's what you do. That's how you handle it. I want all rappers to just keep it at the music. I don't want to see nobody get hurt. I don't want to see nobody get shot. I don't want to get no news report about such and such that got killed, such and such is in critical condition. I don't want to see none of that. Put it in the music. If Pooh Shiesty want to put out a record, I'm cool with that. Put out a record. Keep it at the music. Now, I'm not stupid. I know that sometimes shit that come out in music, it could go beyond that. I'm not green in that aspect. But most times, it just stays at the music, man. Niggas got something in their mind, they put it on record. But all this other shit about, oh yeah, Gucci, niggas, I'm seeing niggas talk about, oh man, I'm so hurt. And you're not hurt. You're not hurt. Cut it out. Just like with the whole Gunna shit. Same shit. Bro, listen, you can still like the music. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You can still like the music. You can still bump the music. You ain't no street nigga. And that's okay too. Because then you also had the conversation about, well, bro, listen, rap music, yes, a lot of elements do come from the street. But who enjoys it is who? Again, the average civilian. Yeah, nigga, I think it was a dope. I think it was a dope record. Better this than Gucci retaliating. That's the only thing I don't want from niggas. Just don't go out and retaliate. You had too much to lose. And niggas who don't got nothing to lose always want the niggas who have something to lose to crash out. That's gonna be the theme today. Crash out. Because that's all it really is. Anytime I see the opposite side of this argument, it's always 9 times out of 10, it's always coming from a nigga who ain't got shit to lose. It's coming from a nigga who ain't got shit to lose. Or just bored in the sense, just want to see somebody die just for entertainment. This shit not funny. See, y'all treat this shit like it's a video game. Y'all treat it like it's a video game, like when you could go in, you could change the settings and hit the reset button whenever you. No, this is real life shit. Gucci don't get to hit the reset button if he retaliates against Pooh Shiesty. You let the feds handle that. You let the police handle that. I'm literally seeing niggas say, I mean, I'd rather him handle it the street way than do this record. Nigga, you sound dumb. And again, the biggest thing should be Pooh Shiesty and his father. The breadwinner and his father are locked up behind this. So now not only are their lives affected, people who are associated with them lives are affected because now they're not getting checks. They're not getting paid. We all know he holds high value as far as, a musical artist. You always got to protect the breadwinner. You let your lawyers handle your contract dispute, whatever issues you may have. And you go about it the right way. But handling it that way, no, that was just stupid. But niggas is more mad at Gucci for this record than they are Pooh Shiesty for handling like it was dumb. It was straight up dumb. It was stupid. Point blank period. But again, niggas are more mad at Gucci for a diss record than they are for the nigga doing the act. You should be more upset, even especially if you're a Pooh Shiesty fan. Because now guess what? You ain't getting no music. If you're a Pooh Shiesty fan, you should be more mad at Pooh than you are Gucci. Even if you're a Gucci fan, you should be more mad at Pooh Shiesty. But that mindset, man, niggas better stop. Niggas better grow up. This shit is not a video game. You don't get to change the settings. You don't get to hit the reset button. None of that. This is real life. Niggas go crash out, go kill somebody, then what? It's a trickle-down effect. Again, families are affected. Kids' lives are affected. The wives are affected. Cousins, aunties, uncles. Y'all not thinking about that. Y'all thinking about y'all selfish reasons for entertainment purposes. This is not a fucking movie. This is not a TV show. These are niggas' real lives. Gucci is a rapper. He rapped. He put it on the record. Again, Mano rapped. Fab rapped. All these niggas rap. What niggas would have said if Mano, Jim Jones, and all these niggas would have retaliated against 50 for the shit that he was saying on the internet? Oh, you old dumbass niggas. Da, 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 da. No, niggas rap. That's the outlet he chose. Niggas talking about, oh, old Gucci would have. Yeah, you would have been laughing at old Gucci. You would have been laughing at Gucci. That's exactly what would have happened. You would have been laughing at old Gucci. So again, from a music standpoint, this record was cool. And if Pooh gets out and he want to put out a record, hey, cool, just keep it at the bars, man. This shit don't gotta go to the streets. Cause once you become an artist who holds high value, you are no longer what you were when you came up. You can still have some of that in you, but you're in a different light now. You're literally a walking business. Why wouldn't you want to protect the most valuable part of you? Why wouldn't you want to protect that? To uphold some shit that you came from, that you were trying to, you're in the rap game because you wanted to get away from the streets. That's the crazy, that's the craziest shit that has me, bro. That's the craziest shit. You're in the rap game because you wanted to get away from the streets. Now you want them to revert back to their old ways because that's how you're supposed to handle it. It would be different if you wasn't a rap artist and you were still in the streets. That would be different. If you're in the game, you're in the game. That's not this right here. That's not the same shit. It's nowhere near the same shit. You rose from the streets and became a rap artist. You are a business now. So you have to protect yourself. You have to handle shit the right way. And Pooh did some dumb shit. That's just the fact of the matter. He did some dumb shit. And unfortunately, he's going to be held accountable for his actions if found guilty. And you can't feel sorry for him. And I say it's unfortunate because he came from those situations where a lot of people don't, the stats say a lot of them don't rise out of those conditions. That's what I'm saying. It's unfortunate. FDO drop, crazy. Even before, like I said, I'm not a big Pooh Shiesty fan, but I'm well aware of what his impact is. Hey man, people love him. His fan base is big. But y'all really got to change the mindset, bro. Stop looking at this shit like it's a video game and niggas get to hit the reset button when they go out there and do some dumb shit. You don't get to do that. Pooh ain't getting to hit the reset button. He's sitting down, him and his father. And it's fucked up. Cause the nigga had another chance to get busy. And hopefully, if he does get another chance, he doesn't fuck it up again. But as far as the fans, cut it out. Niggas need to stop. Enough is enough with that shit. Enough is enough. But shout out to Gucci for that diss record, man. Shout out to Gucci for that diss record. Moving on. Offset was shot at a casino in Miami. Shot in the buttocks. I believe he is out now. But it has something to do with, I believe, an alleged gambling debt associated with Lil Tijay. And an affiliate of Lil Tijay actually shot him. Lil Tijay got locked up. I don't think it had nothing to do with the shooting. I think it was like for misconduct. He got released. Offset, he was in the hospital for a few days. You know, there was a picture of him in the wheelchair. He had the cigarette in his mouth. There was some video circulating of him being back in the casino. I don't know if it's officially new video or old video, whatever the case may be. But I do believe he has been discharged from the hospital. This shit here is serious, man. This shit here is serious. I don't think it's nothing funny, nothing to laugh about. And Offset, just from because I spoke about his album last year, it was actually pretty good, Kiari. I want to see Offset in a better place, honestly, because when he's locked in and making some music, he puts out some good music. Hopefully he get his finances together. You know, allegedly he's ran up at least $900,000 worth of debt at some casinos or multiple casinos. I mean, that's probably just a tally number total. But yeah, man, I want to see Offset do better, man, because this shit here is crazy. Allegedly him and TJ Had a back and forth for a while. There was some text messages released over 10K that he owed him. And you got to stop playing around with people money, man. Not only casino money, but people money. Like, if you owe the casinos money, I've heard some wild stories about people being in debt to casinos for their whole life. Like, allegedly I heard that Bruno Mars got to do a Las Vegas residency like forever due to his gambling debt. I don't know how much weight that holds, but that's what I heard. But as far as Offset, yeah, I seen those videos of him in casinos. Allegedly, he be asking people for large thousands and thousands of dollars. He telling the casino, yeah, what's my debt? Okay, well, I need another 100K. Bro, you can't gamble yourself out of a debt. You simply cannot do it. You can't do it. You cannot gamble yourself out of a debt. It's just gonna continue to occur and get higher and higher and higher. And I want to see Offset get on the other side of this, because when he's locked in and he's making music, it's very dope. But it's really sad to see. It's really sad to see. And this gambling shit, of course, now is more prevalent in today's times because it's tied in with sports. Of course, we see the commercials. We see, you even got sports shows that are sponsored by gambling sites. Like, so it's crazy with this gambling shit. Me personally, I don't gamble. That's just not something I do. I got a few homies who do it. Hey, salute the niggas who do it. I don't fuck with it. It's just never been my thing. But this gambling shit can get very, very, I mean, shit, they got the hotline numbers. They got the hotline numbers for a reason. And honestly, Offset need to get some help straight up, because this is dangerous. This could cost you life, and luckily he didn't lose his life. A bullet, it only take a few centimeters for being critical versus being dead. And in his situation, it was nothing life threatening. But yeah, that bullet could have traveled down and hit an artery. You just never know. All over some gambling debt is never that serious. But niggas, not just Offset. It's a lot of niggas who in the same situation as Offset when it comes to this gambling shit, man. Trying to chase that high. It ain't worth your life, man. That shit is not worth your life. It's not. And honestly, it should be a wake-up call for not only him, but people around him as well. And I'll always say, I give the people who are around the artist, the player, anybody in the situation the benefit of the doubt, because I don't know what they telling him. Offset could have people around him telling, hey, bro, you need to chill out. Niggas don't give a fuck. One thing I know about niggas with gambling addicts, nobody who's a gambling addict, you can't tell them shit. You can't tell them nothing. It is what it is. And I think Offset is at a point in this whole shit where you can't tell him nothing. Now, if that video is true about him still going back to the casino after that, then it's a ticking time bomb at that point. It's a ticking time bomb at that point. So I just want to see Offset get better, man. This shit can get very dangerous and very serious over some gambling debt, and it's never that serious. And again, you cannot gamble yourself out of a debt. You in the hole for $900,000, you think you're gonna gamble yourself out of that 900? It's not gonna happen. That shit just gonna continue to build. So I don't know what's gonna. It'd be interesting to see what else more comes from this. Lil Tijay could face some more charges, but my main focus is Offset, man. The man got kids. Again, like I said on the previous topic with Gucci and Pooh, niggas got kids. It's a very selfish act what Offset is doing. It's very selfish. It's very selfish. It's stupid. You're not considering your kids. You're not considering the people that are under your umbrella that you take care of too. See, people think it just start when it comes to the athlete, the rapper, the entertainer. People think it just stop with them. It don't. When you rise to a certain level of notoriety, it's no longer about you. You're the valuable asset. And once you grow branches and those branches be people under you who are also, how can I say, providing, taking care of themselves, paying bills based off of you, you have to take that into consideration. If their means of life is because of you, meaning they get a check because of what you do, you have to consider that. Every day you wake up, You have to make sure that your health is on point. Your head is straight. You're making the right decisions. One false move and it could be done. Because you're not considering other people's lives who are affected by you. So, man, hopefully, man, Offset just get his shit together. Offset get his shit together, because that shit is sad, man. That video of him sitting outside the hospital in that wheelchair, man, with that cigarette, like, you could tell the nigga just really going through it, man. So I just want to offer my prayers, condolences to that nigga, man. Not condolences, because nobody lost their lives, but just prayers, man. Just prayers, because that shit is fucked up, man. That shit is fucked up. And nobody should be in the situation, but he has to want better for himself at the same time, too. Offset has to want better for himself. I can't sit up here and say I want this, and he's not putting in the work to do better. But this continues. He is a ticking time bomb. And the next time, hopefully there's not a next time, but it could be a life-threatening situation if he don't get this gambling shit under control, bro. Point blank, period. So moving on. Kanye West Wireless Fest canceled in the UK. Now, this is interesting because initially, Wireless Fest itself was standing by Kanye when other sponsors dropping out, like Pepsi, some other ones. So I want to read this article from the BBC. Wireless Festival canceled after Kanye West blocked from coming to the UK. This summer's Wireless Festival has been canceled after headliner Kanye West was blocked from coming to the UK. The government refused permission for West, known as Ye, to travel to the UK after backlash to his plan set at London Festival this summer. For the last several years, West has caused outrage from a string of anti-Semitic, racist, and pro-Nazi comments. In a statement, Wireless Festival said it was canceled and refunds will be issued to all ticket holders. It added that multiple stakeholders have been consulted ahead of booking West, and no concerns were highlighted at the time. It continued, anti-Semitism in all its forms is aberrant, and we recognize the real personal impact these issues have had. As Ye said today, he acknowledges that the words alone are not enough, and in spite of this, hosts to be given an opportunity to begin a conversation with the Jewish community in the UK. Early on Tuesday, the Home Office told the BBC the rapper made an application on Monday to travel to the UK via electronic travel authorization. It said the decision to refuse permission was made on the grounds that his presence would not be conducted to the public good. West has faced criticism for previous comments. In 2022, he posted on social media saying he would go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. Later the same year, he appeared on a podcast hosted by conspiracy theorist Alex Jones and said, "I see good things about Hitler." In May 2025, West released a song called Hail Hitler and sold t-shirts featuring Swatikas, if I'm saying that correctly. This is all I have to say about Kanye West. Music aside, because Kanye West is in my top 5 rappers of all time. I still listen to his music. But I always separate the artist from the person. I've been saying for at least a good 4 or 5 years now, y'all gotta leave Kanye West where he's at. As far as his personal shit, he's sporadic. He don't stand on nothing. You never know what's gonna come out his mouth. And he will say some bullshit. He will say some fuck shit. He will say some bullshit, and you just never know what's gonna come out this nigga's mouth. He's like I said. I remember even when he dropped that Hitler song, I didn't even get that shit no burn. Because he's always gonna, again, 1 minute is this, 1 minute is that, 1 minute is this. I review Bully. Bully it was an okay album. It was cool. But Kanye the person, nah, I ain't got nothing for that nigga. This is who he is. You got to start believing people when they. So even if he wants to apologize and make it right with, I'm not hearing that. Kanye West has had way too many times where it's say this, oh my bad, say this, oh my bad, say this, oh my bad. Every time this nigga get ready to put something out or he going on, but now he's being held accountable by a country for saying some bullshit. And I'm not surprised. He got to wear that. Kanye has to wear that. That's what it is. Like a lot of the times, the artists think that because they're so big that they can just get away with saying anything. It don't always go like that. So when you start having, companies and a whole country holding you accountable for shit that you said, I'm not going to sit up here and act like it's not warranted. It is what it is. It is what it is. And this has nothing to do with Kanye West as the artist. I'm just speaking about the person. That's not somebody that I would want to kick it with or trust or even being around him. So, nah, that nigga he too flip floppy, man. That's why Pusha T was going in on his ass last year during his press run with Let God Sort Him Out. Like nigga was saying he was talking real crazy about Pusha. It's like, hold up, bro. Like what you got going on? But that's what he do though. There's no way I could trust Kanye West as a person, bro. There's no way you could trust that nigga as a person because he too sporadic. You just never know what's going. This nigga legit bipolar, bro. Legit bipolar. He got some issues, but I also believe that Kanye West is well aware of the shit that he be saying as well. He be well aware like that nigga far from stupid. He know exactly what the fuck he be doing. Like so, hey man, listen. His behavior over the last 4 or 5 years is catching up with him. You just don't get to, and it's not even so much about them. He done said some shit about black people too. But Kanye think because he's just this dope ass producer that he could find his way back in good graces with the people. It ain't always like that. Like so, you trying to do tours and you trying to go certain places. Yeah, companies are well within their rights to say like, nah, dog, we not fucking with you. You got to be mindful about the shit that you say, bro. That just is what it is. Yes, bro. You one of the best, in my opinion. You one of the best rappers of all time. Classics on classics. I always say nobody can beat Kanye in the verses, but that don't absolve you from the person you are. Say that about anybody, but just don't absolve you. So, this wireless festival getting canceled. Yeah, not surprised, bro. It's tough, tough. Hey, it is what it is, nigga. You gotta wear that. Just gotta wear that. It is what it is. Next up, Afrika Bambatta dies from cancer. He was 67 years old. Afrika Bambatta is one of the pioneers of rap, of hip hop. Of course, one of the biggest songs in hip hop was Planet Rock. Of course, if you're a fan of hip hop, you know about Planet Rock. But outside of that, Afrika Bambatta, he molested boys during his time, in Bronx in particular. And there's literally no room for that. I don't got no RIP for him. I can acknowledge, the contributions he had to hip hop, but outside of that, and honestly, I wasn't even really a big fan of his. Honestly, I mean, I don't really feel like he did that much. That's just me, outside of that, the beginning of that, but, but I don't really got much for nobody who molests boys. And this is not something that, is alleged. No, you've had people come out and speak about, incidents, describe what was going on, what he did to me specifically by more than one person. So I don't got no RIP for Afrika Bambatta. Rest in peace, honestly. So moving on, because I ain't got much for that. Chris Brown and Usher announced his tour. Now this is funny because this is low key a versus battle. This is low key a versus battle, and it's funny because I remember around 2020. Around 2020, I was just putting together a whole bunch of versus playlists because it was not really due at the time, and that's when versus really started. But this tour is definitely going to be a Usher versus Chris Brown kind of battle. That's what it's going to be. And, it's funny because I was talking to a friend the other day. I'm surprised that Usher and Chris Brown don't really got a lot of records together. I felt like they should have more collabs than what they do. I don't really know too many songs. Somebody told me they got a song they did together 2014. But I put together this playlist. I'm going to run down this playlist of, what a versus would look like between Usher and Chris Brown. There's 40 songs, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna run through it. So you got Excuse Me Miss, Chris Brown, You Remind Me, Young Love, You Don't Have to Call, Deuces, No Limit, Gimme That remix with Wayne, Think of You, Ayo with Tyga, Caught Up, With You, Can You Handle It, Poppin', My Boo, No Air, Slow Jam, One Night Stand with Carrie Hilson, Yeah with Lil Jon and Ludacris, Kiss Kiss with T-Pain, You Got It Bad, She Ain't You, Confessions Part 2, No Bullshit with Kevin McCall, Bad Girl, Run It with Joel Santana, Love in This Club, No Guidance, I Need a Girl Part 1, Loyal with Wayne and Tyga, Nice or Slow, Take You Down, Throwback with Jadakiss, I Love This Shit with Trey Songz and August Alsina, Love Is a Friends, that was a banger. Shorty Like Mine with Bow Wow, Burn, Say Goodbye, You Make Me Wanna, Wall to Wall, and My Way. So of course they got a whole bunch of other songs that but that was the playlist that I put together. But honestly, this is what this tour is gonna be. It's definitely gonna be low key a versus matchup. That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be a versus matchup. Uh, but you know what though? I've always felt like this. I've always felt like Usher will 100% come on top in a versus matchup with Chris Brown. Like to me, it's honestly night and day. Chris Brown, I think, has been a good artist throughout most of his career. I don't think he's been somebody who's been elite, who's been crazy. I don't look at Chris Brown's career and think of any crazy or standout moments out of his music discography. His first album, classic. His second album, great, exclusive. I like it. Fame might be his best album, won Grammy in 2011. But his Fame, his first album, and Exclusive, those three right there, those are the bodies of work that I look to for Chris Brown. But outside of that, it's kind of like he just puts out music and it don't stick to me. It don't stick to me. No, and of course, like I'm running them down. And Chris is a great feature artist as well. Let me add that. But in comparison to Usher, I think it's just different levels. Now, from an entertainment standpoint, when it comes to dancing, Chris Brown, he's just gonna go crazy. I think Chris Brown is arguably the best dancer of all time. Entertainment wise, you can't say nothing about Chris Brown. Chris Brown arguably might be one of the most talented human beings ever. I mean, this nigga do everything. This nigga draw, he sing, he dance, he do a whole bunch of shit. Chris Brown, talent-wise, is probably one of the most talented motherfuckers walking this earth. But in comparison, when it comes to this music shit with Usher, yeah, man, I think it's just levels to it. I just don't think he match up. And it's just when I think about Chris Brown discography, I don't think he really has those classic crazy records that stand up like Usher. Like, You Remind Me, You Don't Have to Call, Confessions, Burn. It's just You Make Me Wanna, it's just crazy when it comes to, and for me it could just be, well, Mike, you might just like, hey man, it is what it is. I just don't think Chris Brown has those moments where I'd be like, God damn, he's an all-time great legend, all that. I just don't. I think Usher is a level above Chris Brown. But this tour, I think, is gonna go crazy. This tour is gonna go crazy. You got Usher and Chris Brown on the tour together. Oh man, the women gonna run that ticket shit up. They're definitely gonna run that shit up. That's gonna be a crazy, crazy tour. But I'm surprised this came this late. And like I said, I'm surprised they haven't collab more so on songs. It probably did a little mini tour early in the career. It coming in 2026. I don't know. I kind of felt like this could have been done earlier. But shout out to Chris Brown and Usher, man. I'll be interested to see some of the clips that come from it. Without a doubt, I don't think it'll be a bad show at all. I mean, like I said, Chris Brown is one of the greatest entertainers. Chris Brown honestly should have already had a Super Bowl performance already, but we all know why he hasn't. Chris Brown is still, he's dealing with his actions that he had in 2009 with Rihanna, of course. but his fan base still shows up for him. And honestly, if you would have asked me in '05, '06, '07 that Chris Brown eventually would have a Super Bowl halftime show, I'm like, hell yeah. From an entertainment standpoint, hell yeah. But Chris is still kind of dealing with those. Some people still feel like Chris is being blackballed, but I just don't see that. I've seen people legit get canceled. I think in real time, Chris definitely dealt with some backlash. And I always said this though. I always felt like if we would have had a visual always makes it different. Not saying the pictures wasn't enough, but if you would have had a video of what happened that night in that car, it would have been different. I don't think we get a fourth album, a fifth album. Him putting out albums of 40 and 30 something songs on it. I just don't see that. But in terms of what he's done in his career so far, Super Bowl, you just think Chris. I mean, he might get it one day. It remains to be seen. But if I had to roll my gut, I was like, nah, it ain't gonna happen. But this is definitely gonna be a versus. I got Usher winning. This tour is 100% a versus. That's just what it's gonna be, and people are just gonna judge it based off the hits. And I feel like with them having a mixed crowd, I mean, I think they're all going to bring in the age range. It's definitely going to be from about 25 all the way up to probably 50 something with Usher, definitely for sure. So you definitely just going to it'd be dope to see the crowd reaction with certain records come on. That's all I'm gonna say. But this is definitely a versus, man. This is definitely going to be a versus. So now moving on to some of the biggest news that happened this week. Dianna Russini got caught up with Mike Vrabel, head coach of the New England Patriots. It's crazy. Mike just coming off a Super Bowl appearance. Dianna Russini sidelined by New York Times during an investigation into Mike Vrabel photos. NFL reported Dianna Russini is now under internal investigation by The Athletic. The news comes after New York Post Page 6 released photos on April 7th of Russini with New England Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel at an Arizona resort. Russini's coverage and conduct have been called into question since the photos surfaced. They showed the pair in bathing suits at a pool and also hugging on a rooftop at the adult-only Ambriante in Sedona, Arizona, 2 weekends ago. Both Vrabel, 50, and Russini, 43, are married to other people. The Athletic, which is owned and operated by the New York Times, opted to reopen the internal investigation after the Post report raised additional concerns that are now being further reviewed, according to ESPN. Russini will be sidelined during the investigation, as first reported by front office Ryan Glaspiel on April 10th. Russini's last byline for The Athletic was published on April 7th. Stephen Ginsburg, executive editor of The Athletic, initially put out a statement in support of Russini, who joined the outlet in 2023. These photos are misleading and lacked essential context, Ginsburg said. These were public interactions in front of many people. Dianna is a premier journalist covering the NFL, and we're proud to have her at The Athletic. Both Vrabel and Russini issued statements downplaying the photos, indicating they were both together platonically. These photos show a completely innocent interaction. Any suggestion otherwise is laughable, Vrabel told the Post. This doesn't deserve any further response. These photos don't represent the group of 6 people that were hanging out during that day, Russini said. Like most journalists in the NFL, reporters interact with sources away from stadiums and other venues. The New York Times has a clear message on its journalists' personal relationships and the impact they can have on the publication's coverage. Relationships with the sources require sound judgment and self-discipline to prevent the fact of appearance or partiality. The Times editorial standards handbook reads. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I have on that. Let me read this one last thing. Clearly, romantic involvement with a news source will foster an appearance of partiality, the handbook states. Therefore, staff members who develop close relationships with people who might figure in coverage they provide, edit, package, or supervise must disclose those relationships to the standards editor. Let me say this. So, of course, you have some jobs where fraternizing is not acceptable. You have some where, you can definitely have relationships. You just definitely have to say something. Job I work at, people get married, they form relationships. But you have to say something because if y'all work in the same area, it cannot happen. It's a conflict of interest. That's all this shit is, a conflict of interest. outside of that, because I want to have some fun and I want to be kind of immature about this. I'm not going to serious this shit out because I want to get some fun shit out about this shit. Yo, Dianna Russini is crazy, bro. She's 100% crazy, bro. Listen, I want to play a few clips. I want to play a few clips from this married woman. Let me go ahead. Let me play this first one because this is crazy.
I remember thinking, like, because I think when men propose, that's their wedding day. Like, that's when you guys are all in. It's not really all in for us yet. I think for women, the actual wedding day is the moment. So, I mean, Kev was all down for it. I was the one that was very skeptical. I was like, oh, I don't know. And at the time, I was working at ESPN, and I remember I was still working. And so the night before my wedding, I'm making calls, and I had a phone interview set up with Jimmy Garoppolo. And I remember Jimmy was great. He made like a funny joke, like, hey, it's night before your wedding. You sure you want to do this? And I'm thinking, like, of all the people in my life that I'm going to talk to the night before my wedding, the one guy my dad wanted me to, or my mom wanted me to marry was Jimmy Garoppolo. And he's calling me. Like, this is a sign. I of course, did not marry Jimmy Garoppolo. And I think Kevin.
That's crazy. Let me play the other one. This one was insane, bro.
Post a lot about him. Married to someone average. I don't post a lot about him. If I was married to someone beautiful, I'd overpost too.
Now, this doesn't seem nice. We have put together photos of Dianna's husband here for everyone to see so you can make some amends on national television.
We're average together. And you know what the worst part is? He sent me a text during that segment, not watching because he actually works for a living. And he said, good luck today. Be great on Get Up. So the guy's got a heart of gold, and here I am on national TV killing him. Look, we're average together, but he makes me above average because he married me. So I am so sorry. I need to really stop killing my husband on television. I'm going to be divorced by Christmas.
Bro, listen, this, like I said, I'm gonna have some fun with this. I'm gonna be a little bit immature. Yo, Dianna Russini is terrible, bro. Yo, and I'm not saying no man should want to still be married to a woman after that, bro. I'm sorry, bro. It's no way, bro. And there's nothing wrong with having little jokes with your partner, but you have barriers, bro. Some shit you just do not say, you know how they always say there's some truth in some jokes, bro. She don't love that man for real, bro. She don't love that man for real. She's comfortable. He's safe. That's what that is. Like he protects her ego. Like she is safe. Like she got somebody she can go home to. Like she upholds that. That's all that shit is. She don't love that man for real. You don't get on sports shows at that on multiple occasions, because there's some other clips too. There's plenty of them. And just speak about your partner like that. You just don't do it in combination with now there's some Twitter threads and jokes about, her saying how her husband said, oh, maybe she should get a boyfriend or some shit like that, or I'm not on your roster and all this other shit. So, hey, if that's what he want to sign up for, hey, cool. Do your thing. But that's crazy, bro. That's insane. In combination with the photos with Mike Vrabel, they convinced me with that platonic shit. Who interlocks their fingers with somebody there that's a platonic friendship? Are you dead ass? And the reason why it's a conflict of interest because she does hold the vote for like awards, like Coach of the Year, all that other shit. And I think one of them years she voted for Mike. So yeah, that's there. Like, bro, listen. If, like I said, each company, organizations, they all got their own rules. But this shit here is just wild, bro. Like, if you're a reporter, bro, you just got to leave shit like that alone. This go for both sides, males too. Like, bro, leave that shit alone. It ain't worth your career. It's never worth it in the long run. But Vrabel and Russini can miss me with that platonic shit. That's not what's going on. Y'all fucking. 100%. Y'all fucking. We just gonna call a spade, bro. Y'all fucking for real. I seen that picture. Them was literally in a lock, like looking in each other's eyes, looking so dreamy. Like this is a motherfucking Disney Channel movie or some shit. Like, come on, bro. Stop it, bro. Platonic my ass. It could have been 12 other people there. That ain't got shit to do with y'all two. Y'all motherfuckers fucking. That's what's going on. And of course, people want to talk about like, it also speaks to the conversation about women in sports and, how they get they come up by sleeping with coaches and editors and all that. I'm not saying at all. I treat everything like a isolated situation. I don't even think Dianna Russini did that to get to her level. I think she was just somebody who was comfortable and she grew an attraction for a head coach and she acted on it. I think that's all it really was. I don't think it speaks to this narrative about women having to fuck their way to the top. Not saying it hasn't happened, but I don't think this opens up the door for that conversation, for that to be the norm. If you see beautiful, attractive women, yes, a lot of them have worked hard to get to their position. Have you had some situations where, that possibly could have happened? Could have. Ain't really my place to say. But I don't really want that to be the focal point because it takes away from actually what's going on with these two. Like, you got to treat it like an isolated situation. Like, if you're a reporter, if you're a woman reporter, you should not be fucking around with a head coach of a pro team, especially if you're always covering said team. Not saying that she always covered, but you're an NFL reporter, bro. Like, it's a lot of missteps here. People gotta control their lust and their likeness and all that. And again, if you do have something going on, you have to ask your bosses about this shit. Like, you gotta go through the proper protocol. But with that being said, Mike and Dianna are married. So it's different. Like, if you're single, you might get a little bit more leeway if you're single. But y'all two motherfuckers is married. Y'all are married. Y'all are married, bro. What are you doing? Like, it's not worth it in the long run, especially when your job has a protocol. Motherfuckers be having handbooks. They read them. Or maybe some of y'all don't. You don't. Like, you can't be working around the same area with each other if y'all are romantically involved. Everybody knows that. I've been through that on jobs. Like, if somebody even if she was a boss a level above me, hey bro, you gotta say something about it. Nobody's saying y'all can't date, but you gotta say something about that because then y'all can't be working in the same area. Somebody has to move. That's just what it is. But at this level, yeah, bro, it's a conflict of interest. 100%. You can have false reporting. You can have favoritism. All that other shit, bro. But this shit was funny. All the videos I seen of her talking about her husband, and I'm like, yeah, bro, she don't love her husband for real, bro. Yeah, you can't charge everything to jokes. You cannot charge everything to jokes. Everything ain't a joke, bro. And especially, you have to be mindful about what you're saying about your partner, too, when you getting off jokes. Like, some shit. But when you start talking about the feelings aspect, how you view them, like, oh, he's average or she's average, like, bro, that's insane. That's insane. Then in the combination with these photos, and like I said, dog might not give a fuck because he might be getting his rocks off. Like, she had a little running joke about, her mom making a joke about him, like, oh, yo, Kevin looks real good. Like, he, he might got a girlfriend and all this other shit. So I might be divorced by December. Hey, bro, listen, she never wanted to be married. That's a woman right there who didn't want to be married. She got married because she probably wanted to have kids and uphold a certain image. She didn't want to be a certain age and not be unmarried. That's what it is. And I always say this go for men and women. I seen it in real time, bro. Married people are some of the most craziest motherfuckers out here, bro. Real shit. They move way more reckless than single people. Facts. I'm not debating it neither. This is my view. I'm stating my opinion as facts on this one. Married people are way more reckless and way more bold than single people, bro. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I feel like people got to be more honest in terms of their relationship when it comes to their partner. If y'all are open for real, then be that. But have that honest conversation. It might be a tough conversation, but reality is people are attracted to people. And reality is people like to fuck. How you go about it, though, is the issue. A lot of people lack discipline, self-control. They let lust take over. Hey, we seen it. People talking about how certain people, Shannon Sharp, who we all know Shannon really can't speak too much about it as far as giving his opinion, because we all know how he got caught up. But it's all about how you handle that shit, bro. If it risks your career, my nigga, leave it the fuck alone. You could go fuck somebody else that you seen at a bar, whatever the case may be. it's never worth fucking with somebody who's within the same professional circle as you. Just it's really that simple, bro. It's really that simple. So I'm interested to see what comes from that. But like her husband, bro, like I said, I ain't got. If he want to stay there and deal with that, hey, cool, bro. Hey, do your thing. But that woman don't love you, bro. That woman don't love you. You provided her a safe haven. You were safe. See, I'm not gonna get into that because I do not do the relationship topics. I think it's whack. I think it's corny. I don't do that other shit. But there is a point I wanted to bring up in combination, but I'm gonna just leave it alone because I don't want to drift off into that conversation because it's that's not what my platform is for. But that Dianna, Russini, and Mike Vrabel shit, y'all can miss me with that platonic shit. Y'all fucking. Point blank period. Y'all fucking. But that's pretty much all I got for this week's show, man. Again, I want to thank y'all for tapping in with me, checking in with me, weekly, running shit up with me, man. I'll be coming up on a year soon, man. We on episode 49 now. I'm coming up on 50, then 2 months, that'd be 52. I can't believe, man, I'll be hitting a year. 49 straight weeks running this shit up, man. Like, that's insane, man. But you know, time feels fake when you just running it up, man. Just to think back, like I was just going back and looking through my catalog. Like I remember when I did episode 2, I had just came back from Jacksonville. Shout out my nigga Amp for doing Random Acts of Podcast, and man, that just seemed like yesterday. That seemed like yesterday, bro. So again, thank you for everybody who's been taking this ride with me so far, who will continue to take this ride with me. You know, this would be 49 and 49 more after that, 49 more after that, 49 more after that. Yeah, man, I got some big dreams, man, and I'm gonna continue to chase them, man. And I want everybody, like I say every week, man, I want everybody to do that, man. Bet on yourself. Roll that dice. Roll that dice rather than you just go through life asking what if. Please don't go through your life letting years pass asking yourself what if. I'm betting on myself and I'm gonna live with the results. I got a positive outlook of what my chances will be betting on myself and running this podcast up. But I want y'all to do the same thing with y'all goals, man. Always stop procrastinating, get it done. More time you put off, the more time passes. And that's all you got is time. Time is the currency. Time is the currency. Get your ass in that gym. It's crazy because I hit 315 on the bench press for the first time. And, you know, I was telling myself, I have no desire to want to hit 4 or 5 on the only other bench press goal I really got, really a gym goal period, is, you know, to get 20 reps at 225. So I just been overloaded, lifting heavy. And, you know, it's kind of crazy. A lot of it be a mindset because sometimes you could be psyched out by looking at the weight. But you'd be surprised at what you could push when you get out the mental aspect of it. Like, you can hold yourself back mentally. So get your ass in that gym. Get y'all lazy, funky asses in that gym. And ultimately, please be safe. So like I say every week, man, this is I'm Not Repeating Myself podcast. I'm your host, Mike. And I hope you heard what I said the first time because I'm not repeating myself. I'm out.